Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing you my guide for BioShock Infinite on 1999 mode without using any of the dollar machines. Today we are doing episode 16, Comstock House. And upon entering the actual legitimate level, like where the level technically starts with enemies spawning, will be this room right here, where you have to get past one of these siren-like enemies, and of course, as you saw, I got caught. I don't exactly know if you can get away from that guy or not, because in my second playthrough of the game, when I played on my own on the PS4 version, I ended up getting caught regardless of what I did. So, because I think you have to trigger him in order to get the door to work, so that you can take the elevator for some reason. But if you can get to the elevator, then take it and go, but I'm not 100% sure. So I ended up getting into a fight with all these Washington mask-wearing guys, or, you know, whatever mask they're wearing. It's hard to say, I can't really tell from here. But you saw right there I got caught anyway, and I don't know if the elevator can technically be considered down, so... This entire fight was just nothing but blatant bullshit. I hate this. I have almost no strategy for how to take these guys out, unless you have that one perk that I have on, where every time you kill an enemy, you actually get health back. Melee could probably help you. I mean, that could be a simple strategy, but you see right here, I'm wasting nothing but tons and tons and tons of ammo on these guys. And of course, the second time I played around, I did a little bit better than that, but god damn, these guys eat your bullets if you are not careful enough. And that's why I think using melee would be a much better suited option for taking those guys out than just going straight up, you know, guns blazing. But that's just me, though. That's probably the only strategy I can tell you when it comes to that. It's just having the ability on to where you can gain health after every kill. And of course, you know, using melee as your main go-to sort of combat efficiency. You jump in, hit once, jump back out, and just keep going back and forth. Don't let them hit you, because if they hit you, you're going to hurt. And that's never good, so... Maybe you guys might have a better chance than I did. You saw I used plenty of different Vigors, and almost none of them seemed to really work that well. I mean, Devil's Kiss, maybe, because, you know, the fire damage and everything. The Crows barely did shit for me. I didn't feel like it did enough. I don't know why I'm going back here for... I absolutely don't know. Maybe I'm looking for ammo. That could be what I'm doing. I'm probably looking for ammo or something. Or I'm just stupid and I don't know where I'm going. That might have actually been it. I think I was just being completely stupid and had no idea what I was doing. So, as per usual. Or I might have been actually looking for supplies, because I just found some supplies right there. So, that did actually finally come in handy at the end of it. So, I had to fast forward through all that crap, because I don't want you guys having to sit there for like 30 minutes watching me beat down a bunch of dudes. It just... It's not a good situation. The only time I ever beat off guys is on a Sunday, and unfortunately for us, that was not a Sunday, so you guys didn't get to see that. Sorry. Anyway, so this will be a relatively short video. I actually chipped down like 10 minutes off a 30-minute video, so therefore, even the level itself's not really that long, to be honest with you. I cut out all the fucking story bullshit because I didn't want to have to deal with it, especially listening here. But yeah, there's another one of those stealth sneaky guys around there. I don't know what, I forgot their name. They had a cool name too. And it's funny because there's literally signs all around that tell you to be careful of it. You know, they tell you what its name is, and I'm just completely ignoring it. I completely forgot what it looked like. So the reason why I picked up the heater, though, was because I ran out of ammo. That's the only reason. I had no other reason. I was like, you know, what the hell with it? Heater's pretty good, so why not just use it? It's okay. I mean, these guys are melee enemies anyway. They're not going to do much. You know, they're going to get close to you. They're not going to do much in terms of range, so why not just blast their ass with a nice heater? Which I think kind of helps. And then it looks like I found a hand cannon, which, thank God for this. Hand cannon here is really good. It's really damn good here. Especially later on we have to fight turrets, and then eventually guys with guns. And then once we take them out, we will be on our way out into the last level, folks. And then after I get done with this video and rendered and everything, I will be working on that video as soon as I possibly can. Editing-wise, and hopefully commentary along with it. It'll be a long video, I bet, because I have at least, I think, an hour to an hour and a half worth of footage collected, but I have not edited the video yet, so I don't know. Okay, my recommendation for these ass wipes, just sneak past them every single time. Don't get caught in the light, because I don't think they can hear you, funny enough, but I think they can only see you, because it's funny, they have those megaphones on their ears or something, not megaphone, but whatever they have on their ears, you know, those hearing aid things from like back in the day. That's what it looks like to me. They have those damn big-ass ears, and they can't even hear you. So that could be something with the story related. I'm not sure. They are a really cool and very unique enemy. And the sad part is, in this, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say it. Basically, metaphorically speaking, these guys are speaking on BioShock Infinite's behalf, these enemies, because they're so cool looking. They are so neat looking. They look like they're going to be kick-ass enemies to fight. They'll give you some trouble, but they'd be hell of a fun, fight to deal with. Kind of like a handyman, except not on 1999 mode when they're a bunch of dicks. Or, even fighting turrets. Turrets can be fun sometimes to fight. But you never get to fight these things. And that just sucks. It's such a disappointment. And guess what? I think fucking Infinite was a disappointment. And recently, somebody else I follow on Twitter has finally seen the light of what I'm talking about. Somebody else has started playing these games and found out that, yeah, Infinite's not as good as I thought it was. Actually, it wasn't somebody I follow on Twitter. Somebody I follow on Twitter reposted somebody else's post about it. Never mind. I'm completely wrong. I'm stupid. Yeah, somebody said something, I don't know where, and then it might have been on Twitter or something. And somebody on my Twitter or Facebook, I don't exactly remember, but I remember seeing this, basically talking about a voxophone locking you out of some place unless you actually listen to it. And they're basically complaining about it, which, understandably, their complaint is very, I understand that completely, because it's just stupid if that actually was the case. I don't know exactly what they're talking about. I don't remember ever having to listen to a voxophone to unlock a object, but if you do, you do. I don't remember. I haven't beat this game 100% in a long ass time, guys, so it's been a while since I even dealt with something like that. Hell, I think in the first time I played this game, I didn't really listen to voxophones. I just don't care enough. When your game's story is so convoluted and stupid, what reason do I have to care any more than I do now? You know what I mean? I just don't think Infinite's story was really that good, and I'm finally glad. Well, somebody else on that post on Twitter or whatever basically said, yeah, Infinite really isn't that good. And it's got good gameplay. It's got some good merits to it. I just don't think it's really that good still. This game just cannot hold up to me. And it's funny, somebody else mentioned, like, Burial at Sea, and it's like, oh, God. I haven't beat Burial at Sea yet, but I've heard a lot of shit about that one. And if people are right, then they're right. There's no denying that it's crap. And I've heard it was pretty much shitty, so I don't know. And to me, like somebody else had mentioned too, this game just does not feel like BioShock. And it has a BioShock feel sometimes, but this, to me, is its own game, which is not a bad thing, but I feel like when they used the BioShock title, they didn't use it well. You know what I'm saying? They could have made this game into a completely different game, and I wouldn't have cared. I'm like, hey, it kind of reminds me of BioShock, but the only reason I think it reminds, or even looks like BioShock, to be honest, is the fact that you have powers, too. Kind of like Dishonored. Like, Dishonored looks like BioShock to an extent, if you were to use that argument, I'm just saying, this game is not terrible, but my God, does it have a long ways to go before it's perfect. And everybody fucking jumped its dick when it came out, and I was so irritated at that. Being a BioShock fan for so long, and then seeing a game come out that essentially was going to be great, be torn down to shreds by the developers, to where we got nothing but fucking table scraps of what would have been. And these dumbass people who've never played BioShock, or just dumbass critics and reviewers that either have never played BioShock or just don't care enough about games to begin with, play this game and think this game is so next fucking gen. They're just on its dick 24/7 talking about how great it is, how great the narrative was. It wasn't that goddamn good. You guys are just sucking its dick just because. It's got the word BioShock in front of it, and I hate that. I really absolutely do. I wanted this game to be more than what it was, and I didn't get that. And, you can't get everything you want, so why complain? And it's funny, I'm complaining now. The only reason I'm actually having any reason to complain is because nothing is fucking going on, so I have all the right and all the time to do what I want. But yes, this part I feel like it's kind of unfair if, you know, if it actually was legitimate, like, you know, those fucking melee dummy dolls. That would have sucked ass if I had to fight those guys. But no, we just gotta fight gunmen, so this really ain't that tough. Just keep whipping out Return to Cinder. Just keep using the shield form of it and just keep plowing your way through. Nothing to see here. Grab a carbine if you need it. Grab any guns if you need them, actually. To be honest, in that room that we were just in. And then just start wailing on these guys. Honestly, the hand cannon is very destructive. And you can tell that I'm missing a lot of shots because I suck, but that's just me. So don't mind that. That's a typical Alex playthrough right there. It's just sucking at everything I do. There's plenty of gear here, and of course, as you see, I don't take really any of it. And the last gear too. I don't remember what the hell it was, but I definitely don't think I took it. Because I believe I had Sheltered Life on, and it's like, I'm not switching out Sheltered Life. Like, fuck that. But you can see here, like, one good hand cannon shot to the head is enough to kill a guy. So if you are more accurate than I am, I recommend going for the headshots, because they will treat you well. They will treat you a lot better than what I'm doing. Honestly, even if you wanted to, you could just keep using Return to Sender and just get through these guys without having to shoot them either. If you really were that desperate to get out, you know, you could just run straight to the elevator and just go down. Like, just, you know, screw this. Screw this level. Like, you know, why care? You know, there's really no problem with it. And plus, when you get to the end section, when you go meet Elizabeth, you literally get teleported to a different world. So more than likely, these guys disappear. Of course, you have other enemies to fight, but these guys disappear overall. The main reason I'm killing these guys is so I can get money and I can get loot out of them, which, thank God they actually kept that in this game, because killing enemies in this game would have been just a waste of time if you literally got nothing out of it. Because essentially what BioShock has been, and it's kind of, I guess I wouldn't say started it, but definitely colonized the damn thing, was a whole like looting system where, and I use that loosely. I'm saying, like, you know, for me it colonized the enjoyment of looting bodies on games, because essentially what you're doing is you're trading bullets for, you know, either more bullets and health and supplies and just money, so you can buy more upgrades. You know, it's that sense of gaining experience through currency. The same thing that I mentioned in my Devil May Cry 4 playthrough I did today, was I was talking about, like, red orbs. Like, you kill, like, most of the time when you kill enemies in games, you get experience, you know, even if it's, like, real life or not. For instance, like Castlevania, you know, Symphony of the Night, you gain actual experience, like an RPG. And then when you play like Devil May Cry or God of War or something, you are gaining that experience through currency. You are basically trading in your skills to kill them and then getting back experience. And this kind of, in a strange concurrent way, works the same way with BioShock. Like, you're trading in bullets because you're killing the guy, or melee, whatever, to essentially get more bullets back, or just even health or whatever. So it's great. I do like that kind of stuff. I do like that kind of system. And I guess you can say the same thing goes for Dark Souls as well. Like, you are getting souls, and not only just souls, but you're also getting loot most of the time, you know. Almost all the time when you kill an enemy in that game, you get something out of it, and it's a very great system. It's that risk-reward system that I really love with games, and I think that's why I enjoy hard games so much more, is because that feeling of gaining that supplies, finally, you know, that final stretch, like, yes, I finally got health, is just amazing. So these assholes really aren't much of a trouble. You have a turret and like a couple guys to take out. These ones are not the problem. The problem, on the other hand, is the motorized patriots that spawn, and they are gonna be dicks. What I recommend doing is, if you can actually get your hands on one at least, hopefully you do, grab a shotgun and just go freaking ham. Now, here's something I recommend you do that I didn't do because I was just in panic mode and just freaking out like, God, I have to take these things out. If I were you, I wouldn't worry about the turrets in here. If you really wanted to, just save them up, possess them later, or just keep one. You can just keep one and possess it. And when the motorized patriots spawn out, possess a turret, or the motorized patriot, whichever one, get them into combat, you know, form, and let them essentially just shoot the shit out of each other. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I guess I could recommend to you. Honestly, I don't even think you even have to go to the other side if you really didn't want to. Maybe you do. There might be some, like, story thing with it. I don't think there is, because the lines are going into those rooms back there, so I don't think going to the other side really matters, honestly. Unless you just wanted more supplies, like you're real low on health or something. Which is another thing I recommend, too. Keeping the health here. If you've got Shelter Life, this will come, you know, very, very in handy. Like, greatly in handy. It's just amazing to have that perk on. It's a great piece of gear, and I highly recommend it. So, come in here. You know, you can kill this guy if you want. You don't have to. He doesn't do anything anyway, so... Pull the first lever. Then we're going to head into the second one, grab that one. And then get Elizabeth and get the hell out of here, and then go... fly out of Comstock's house straight into his ship, pretty much, his Zeppelin, practically. So then we'll take that thing down, and that will be the end of Infinite as we know it. And my lord, it's been quite a long run, folks, I'll tell you that. And you'll probably hear my final thoughts when I get to it, most likely, because I do it in every guide, so... Oh yeah, be prepared for that one. Be prepared for that. Alright, so I guess upon pulling the first lever, we have to deal with the motorized Patriot. And of course, as we've done before, one good way of taking him out is a shotgun, but even better way of taking him out is simply just using the shotgun to shoot him right in the back where the gears are located. That way you do a ton more damage. And you saw right there I was using Return to Sender to essentially just charge it up, suck up the bullets, gain ammunition out of it. I might have, I don't know if I did or not, and throw it right back at the Patriot, thus essentially blowing his ass up, which was great. That was a great use of that power right there. And you can see I'm running out right here and just pretty much just in panic mode once again, escaping into the side rooms. That way I have some bit of cover. At least I feel like I do. Looks like I had enough virus to actually use salts. That's weird. Yeah, bucking Bronco's nice and all, but you know, that's up to you to use. Everything I do here is always up to you folks. Don't ever, you know, take it as not. And I know I say it in like every single video, and most likely I actually literally do. But I do mean it. And again, I typically repeat myself in every video just in case, you know, people don't watch the previous videos. So that's typically why. And, you know, when it comes to like guides like this, like BioShock Infinite, where individuality is more important than most of anything, then yeah, or BioShock in general, like, you know, individuality is a great thing to have. You know, picking your own path, technically. You know, if you want to harvest, you can harvest. If you want to rescue, you can rescue. You get hypnotize Big Daddy out of it, so if that's something you rely on, then go for it. But that's BioShock 1. This is Infinite. This is different. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now we're going to have trouble running down there to get the Elizabeth. I probably should have cut this part out. Don't worry, I did cut out the whole Elizabeth section, so we don't have to deal with that crap. Then we grab the infusion, and then we are done with the level. So, not really a bad level, really, honestly. We got there pretty quick. Just beginning section takes like fucking forever, dealing with Songbird and all that crap, so nothing too big, nothing too hard. Yeah, that thing stays there for like a good solid while, though, if you leave it there. Which is great, by the way. I do actually like having that there. It's a nice feeling. It's basically a nice bit of cover. I don't know if you get ammunition from it, though. Not sure. Alright, so I grab health, grab the whatever's in there, salt and vinegar, and then grab the box, and bam, we're done. Alright, so anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time when we play some more BioShock Infinite for the last episode, episode 17. So, as always, take care, everybody.